It's another sunny afternoon in the East Valley here in Phoenix as we get set for a doubleheader full of FC Arizona soccer. First up, it's the UPSL matchup as they take on Coronado Athletic for their fourth game of this 2024 spring season. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mahirson Hassan. Thanks for tuning in. Beautiful afternoon, a little bit hot as we head towards summer. Temperatures rolling to around 100 degrees here in the East Valley. That's what I saw on my way into Campo Verde High School, where you will see both of the matchups today. FC Arizona on the left side of your screen in the navy blue and white tops, navy blue shorts, navy blue socks. Coronado Athletic on the other side, wearing the same kit that they wore on October 22nd, 2023, when they last faced FC Arizona, a 2-1 win here at Campo Verde. It's the pink and white tops, pink shorts, and white socks. Teams lining up for another matchup here in the Valley of the Sun as we approach towards the midway point of this 2024 UPSL season. NPSL action right after at 8 p.m. Adam Cunin and Brady Hansen on the call for that. Yours truly will be on the sideline. Awaiting the ref's whistle. 3 officials today, 1 in the middle, 2 on each touchline as we're underway from Campo Verde. It's Coronado will take possession first as we start off the clock getting underway. Rolling in the midfield with Coronado going towards the right. FC Arizona bringing some pressure. It's brought down by Conlon McCoy in the middle, and he'll reset towards the center backs. It's Kelly Kilahua getting the start alongside Christian Palmer in the center back role. Here's your starting right back, Eric Baltazar. All the way back to base today for the goalkeeper. Out far side, Coronado. Two teams playing each other for the first time this season. Two teams that are both coming off a win into this matchup. FC Arizona coming off a 2-1 victory on the road against PSCFC, who won the Arizona Conference last year and went all the way to the national tournament before falling to East Lake Soccer 4-1. It's Coronado in towards the attack, rolling in towards the 18, bodies flying, and it's an FC Arizona man who will draw the free kick. The hosts avoiding pressure early. Goal kick will be taken. It was Baltazar that went down first. Over, looking near side. Kept in play for a while there. Now back again to the left back. Played around all the way back to base. That's Jesus Gutierrez or Emmanuel Delgadillo Carrillo. He'll pass back. Goalkeeper it goes. Kilahua getting past his defender. Ball still waiting. Edge of the 18. And now it's pipped away. Out towards the far side. Past the touchline. Ball played through. Looking for the runner. And he's unable to get it. Trying to thread it through 3 people and trying to get through it was Marco Perez for FC Arizona. Rolled out over the head to Baltazar. Between the hashes, in some space, Delgadillo Carrillo lifts it over the top. Gutierrez able to get it again. 3rd minute of play, still nil, I should say, between FC Arizona and Coronado Athletic. Visitors in the attack here. Able to get some space. Joaquin Escalante with the touch. Rolling around. Perez trying to get in some space. Ball still knocked around. Both teams still trying to establish some sort of possession. Out wide, it's Palmer to recollect. Palmer on the UPSL Division 1 side last year. FC Arizona opting for 2 teams in the UPSL Division 1, the secondary, and the premier side being the primary. On their counterattack, a chance to possibly go forward. Runners stay at their sides to avoid the offside. Palmer. Tapped up towards DeMarc. A lot of new players to this FC Arizona side that was not on the Premier side nor the Division I, as DeMarc will be called for the foul. Ivan Garcia going down towards the midfield. 18 players available for Coronado, 17 for FC Arizona in this matchup. As we see a free kick for the first time today, taken on the far side. Numbers rolling forward as well. Garcia boots it into the evening air, rolling up and caught. Fifth minute. No shots on target, or I should say no true shots on target, but both teams trying to establish some sort of momentum in the final 18. Baltazar off the run. Going forward. Push to the far side. DeMarc going forward. Passes it over towards the wing. Rolling inside. Cutting inside. He'll have to leave it off, and indeed he does. Ref first touch. Roughed up to the middle, right towards Gutierrez Ortiz. A good chance, but unable to deliver the goods. Foul called. Roberto Abayo, the one going to ground, to earn the free kick. It's Garcia again to take it. Listed as a midfield, looks like he might be playing that number 6 position today. We'll see how that goes. Simple day so far for Garcia. On a 96-degree day in the East Valley, deciding to go with the long sleeves and long pants as Gutierrez Ortiz well off his line, able to pip it forward towards his defender. It's Jose Varela down the left lane. Ball threaded through, picked up by Kilahua. Left off again, FC Arizona in towards the attack. Going forward, edge of the 18, trying to leave it off. It's a chance in the clear, saved by Gutierrez Ortiz. Now left off again, ball trickling, it's rolling, it will be well right, and Gutierrez Ortiz is down after that play. A somewhat chaotic sequence from FC Arizona. Aaron Longa and Christian Flores in the box trying to wreak havoc. It's not a sight you want if you're Coronado Athletic, if you're Steven Settle, the head coach, on the side. While we get that, we're starting to see the formation that we're trying to see from Cesar Mejia, Mike Duhaney, Alejandro Aguilar, the trio of coaches, all of which very capable of coaching, not just here at FC Arizona, but also the Valley. Gutierrez Ortiz remains down, and he'll be helped up by his teammates. Aaron Longa playing the number 9 role today for FC Arizona. A 4-back line. Still waiting to see who could be the extra man in. So what appears to be maybe a 4-2-3-1 with a lot of players motoring in behind. On Kaya, I should say, on that right-hand side. Marco Perez through the middle in the 10 spot. And then Christian Flores will be your left winger today. 8th minute, still 0-0 from Campo Verde. Skewed pass by Garcia, and possession returns to FC Arizona. Throw-in, DeMarc flicked on towards the middle. Lifted into position. A little bit of confusion. Marco Perez able to control it. Out towards Kaya. Dancing around. Left-footed ball. Playing it towards Longa. Longa trying to dance around in the 18. Grappled from behind. Ref says play on. Back to Kaya. That one's cleared away. A chance for Coronado to attack. Ball threaded through. That's picked off by Palmer. Could not get what he wanted. Ball left off. Last touched by DeMarc. goes out on the end line for a goal kick. 10th minute of play, still scoreless. This was a matchup that saw 3 goals the last time these two played each other, and now it's going to be a throw-in. 2 of those goals were scored in the first 15 minutes. Jordan Figueroa of FC Arizona scored the first. Not in the Premier side. I believe he is in the NPSL side, which will play FCAZ Tucson later today. And then it was Jared Nunez who scored the equalizer in the 15th minute, and then a screamer from 55 yards out to win it in the second half. Nunez listed in the 18 today. Does not appear to be in the starting 11. So he'll be listed as a bench option. Could be a good spark should Coronado need it late in the game. Lifted into the attack. Cleared away, I should say, by Kilahua. Out towards Longa. That's a high ball he has to control. Garcia tracks back. Longa pressures, and Garcia again just has to wastily clear it. A deep throw-in for FC Arizona in the attacking third. Kaya wasting no time to put it back in play. Longa double-teamed. Leaves it off. Baltazar. Right-footed cross. Right to Gutierrez. Save for the chances by Flores and Longa before Gutierrez went down. No true chance on net yet for both sides. Rolling around in the midfield, Bayo takes control, leaves it out towards the touchline for Miguel Sosa. Picked up again by Coronado. Left in the middle, John McKyonga plays it out right now. Going over, it's Jared Nunez. So he is in the starting 18, could wreak some havoc. DeMarc wants to do so as well, and he concedes the free kick in the process. 12th minute of play. Nunez remains down on the pitch, getting a conversation with the officials. 4 officials for today, contrary to what I said at the top. Just like a usual game of soccer that you would see at the professional level. 2-man wall for FC Arizona. Ball whipped into the box, headed up by Palmer to the edge of the 18. That one's blocked away. Perez tries to get a control of it. Another chance, just skewed right. Wide left in that manner. John Henson with a shot. Henson, according to the UPSL website, making his 3rd appearance of the season, trying to bag his 2nd goal in spring of 2024. McKyonga settles. Garcia in the center circle, lifted out. Garcia, playing that holding midfielder role, has struggled to pass it out towards the wings at times. A lot of 6s have prided themselves on their passing accuracy. Again, a lot of major ones. Sergio Busquets, Andrea Pirlo, although he is retired. Even Axel Witsel, not a guy you hear a lot in the soccer world, but did play for Borussia Dortmund for some time. Kilahua. DeMarc. Good control. Looking up pitch. Past the midfield line. Plays it forward. Over to Delgadillo Carrillo. He can't leave it off towards a running Perez. Trying to get a tandem between what seems to be the 10 and the 8. Kaya. Delgadillo Carrillo. Now to McCoy. McCoy the 6. Playing out towards the left. Long shot taken off a Coronado player. Now the ball bangs off the ref. And now will be a drop ball in favor of the visitors. 14th minute of play. Still 0-0 between FC Arizona and Coronado. Glad that you could tune in on this Sunday evening one of the few, or rather I should not say few, but one of the many Inferno TV broadcasts here on FC Arizona. Student-led and student-run. Here's Longa in some space, trying to leave it off, and not the best pass over towards Perez. Garcia pushes the pace off of Makyanga from the back. Here's Nunez. Limped from behind. Came up hobbling off after that challenge. Another free kick towards Coronado. So far, possession has been towards both sides at times. And another chance for Coronado to try to establish some space in the final third. Out towards the near side, headed away by Baltazar. Kaya now towards the midfield. Delgadillo Carrillo looking for Flores. Flores dancing around. He collides with Nunez. No foul given. Henson trying to check in. Can't leave it off there. Miguel Sosa with a chance. He'll be playing kind of a false 9 role, as we saw right there. Booted high up by FC Arizona's goalkeeper. Nunez controls. Looks up pitch. Clangs it off another defender. Ball stays in play. No corner kicks so far, as we're more than 15 minutes through this one. FC Arizona trying to go on and win another game after a 2-1 victory on the road at PSCFC last week. For Coronado Athletic on the other side, trying to remain perfect in this spring 2024 campaign, coming off a 6-2 win against Arizona Arsenal last week. Gutierrez, listed as a forward, playing in the right back, wants to have that touch back. Lofted to Flores, off the turn! Audacious attempt, but couldn't steer it on frame. The ball wanders all the way towards the corner, much as the friendly confines of Campo Verde High School. Campo Verde listed at the 5A league in AIA. The second highest in the divisions in terms of Arizona high school sports. A very interesting hotspot for high school soccer as well. Hosted a few tournaments in the month of December. For those that don't know, Arizona's soccer schedule in terms of high school level is played during the winter time, not during fall as it is in many places. Into the 18 now. Henson trying to run. Henson off the turn. Henson just sends it wide across the face of goal. He's been finding those spaces to just run and maybe create some chances, and that was the best one Coronado saw today. 18th minute, still 0-0. FC Arizona trying to respond the other way. It's DeMarc down the left flank. Bustling through, trying to leave it off. He can't towards Flores. Another pick away from the Coronado defense. Nunez. Troubled. One back by DeMarc, I should say. Ortiz. Wearing the number 77 in his neon green shirt. 4 appearances for the visitors in his time with the team. Throwing towards FCAZ. A long trot for DeMarc. I mentioned earlier a lot of FC Arizona players that were not with the team, regardless of Premier or Division I. That's the case with Aaron Longa, starting in the forward roles. He chests this down in towards the 18. He's taken off the ball and cleared away. Nico White, currently off the bench. That's another option. Marco Perez also falls in that category alongside Conlon McCoy. Kelly Kilahua as well. Eric Baltazar, one of the many others to also be new towards FC Arizona. Vargas will see this out on the far side, throwing towards the visitors. Going with the pink kits today, although their crest is more resemblant of kind of a tan and navy blue color, as you can see on your screen. Meanwhile, Manuel Delgadillo Carrillo sends this ball well wide of goal. Delgadillo Carrillo played on the Division I squad last year. As I mentioned earlier, the second side of FC Arizona. No Division I side this year for the team, with NPSL season kind of sort of around the same time. Started a couple weeks after the UPSL season started. Ivan Garcia. FC Arizona and Coronado Athletic Club. Mihir Sinhasan on the mic, Brady Hansen on the camera. Glad that you could tune in on this Sunday evening. An FC Arizona doubleheader at Campo Verde High School. Adam Cunin and Brady Hansen on the call. I'll be on the sideline. Talented crew as FC Arizona finds itself back in the attack. On Kaya, right side. Dancing around. He's been unable to get towards the flank if there's anything we've seen from him. Trying to get towards the left boot. He'll keep it in play, leaves it off towards Balthazar. And Garcia will knock it away. No funny business right now. Throwing for FCAZ. And the most interesting thing about this first half, if you're just tuning in, 22nd minute, no corner kicks from either side. 22 minutes of play. 8 more minutes, and that's the distance from here to downtown Phoenix. That's how long we have not seen a corner kick. And just as I say that, we will get our first corner kick of the day as Garcia bats it out. Commentator's blessing, I like to call it.
Corner kick, FC Arizona.
Kaya will take this from the corner. A few players settling outside of the box. A lot of them trying to crash in. Ball whipped in towards the far post. Missed chance by Palmer. Flores recollects far post. Deflected right towards Gutierrez. Trying to go on the attack here because Coronado. It's Nunez. Poked off by Palmer. Kilahua. Back to Palmer, wearing the captain's armband today. Going forward towards Flores. Flores dribbling around, cutting outside, now cutting in. Trying to put on the Jets. He'll wind him down for now. Towards the back line again. FC Arizona looking to start off a doubleheader with a win. We saw it in 2 doubleheaders last season in the fall, as we see McCoy win the free kick. 2 doubleheaders. Union American. Marco Perez, 4 yards away from the ball, as you can see on the football field. Hand up. Ball sent in high above Gutierrez Ortiz and passes everybody. Another goal kick, poorly taken from Perez. Didn't know if it was going to be indirect or direct. Ball goes back to Gutierrez Ortiz. On a 96-degree day in Gilbert, Arizona. It will be 84 by the time we get to the NPSL game. So a very different environment from when we will end this out. 77 degrees when that match is supposed to. McCoy lifting it forward towards Flores. Good control. Out towards the left, played in towards the middle. Lange with a touch. Wide open chance. It's 1-0 FC Arizona. Marco Perez, he only had to tap it in. He gobbled up the chance. 26th minute of play. Deadlock broken. 1 to the good. And the players, with that being said, will head off to the side for a little hydration break. A hot, not exactly a hot summer's day. We're still got some time before we're unofficially and officially into summer, but still a hot day nonetheless in the Valley of the Sun. Or pardon me, into this game had conceded twice. Conceded two goals in 2 games. So a 3-2 victory against Union Maricopa, a 6-2 victory against Arizona Arsenal. On the other side, FC Arizona came in with 2 goals scored against RSL Southern and 2 goals scored against King, making sure the lines seem to be all right when things are said and done. Derek Rittmuller, the sole player out. Got him confused earlier with Christian Palmer. Plays center back. Did play center back for the Division I team last year. Rittmuller listed as a midfielder, playing that left center back position. Both teams out of the tents. No substitutions yet. Play will be addressed come stoppage time. Right now, 1-0 in favor of FC Arizona. Right before the hydration break, Marco Perez knocking it in on the back post. Kind of an ambush through the middle. We've seen Flores, we've seen Lang get into open space and really benefit in positions like that. Off the turn, played forward, a little bit behind Miguel Sosa, who was tracking for it. Into some space again. Marco Perez off the turn, leaves it off. It's Delgadillo Carrillo. Into some space, played in again, and it's behind Perez. He was in the clear for goal number 2. Had he gotten a chance, could not control it. It did take a deflection out. Corner kick for FC Arizona. And come from an Asian country. Players from Germany, Mexico, South Africa, and Taiwan. Ball lifted high into the box, headed up and over by Rittmuller. Clear-cut chance, but he decided to skew it a little high. It's always kind of textbook to just head those corner kick pieces down. Get the best chance you can, try to get it past the netminder. It didn't work to his favor on that one. Ball played in between. Lifted out. Victor Vargas going down the right lane. Got 2 true defenders in the starting lineup for, or rather I should say in the 18 for Coronado. Clemente Quintero playing left center back today, and Carlos Vasquez. Ball collected back to FC Arizona right near their tent. Garcia dribbled out to Nunez. Picks his head up, trying to go up one-on-one against DeMarc. DeMarc, good defense. So far, he's been, in my opinion, the biggest workhorse in terms of the back half of FCAZ's lineup. Off the turn again, Garcia. Left into the middle, Kaya. Kilahua back to base. 31st minute of play. FC Arizona currently third in the Arizona Conference, going up against Coronado, who is first. A win like this, and all of a sudden you have some momentum going forward. Out towards Longa. Longa, edge of the 18. Longa takes a shot off the post. Still in play. Near side, Kaya controls. Baltazar again, picks his head up. Giving it off, give and go. Longa sprawling on the ground. No play called. Another collision. And this time it goes in favor of Coronado. Escalante drawing the foul, drawing possession in that regards too. Goal kick now. Headed high up by Delgadillo Carrillo. Not used to scoring, but did score a 30-yard screamer last season. I believe it was not against SC Union Maricopa. It was against Sporting Arizona. A 1-1 tie in that encounter. A 2-1 victory, I believe, against them in the Division I final. Ryan Sikora and I on the call for that back on December 10th. Free kick called as the only people back, Escalante and Vargas. Ball sent in high. It's been a while since FC Arizona's netminder has been challenged, but that was a good chance right there. Perez. McCoy. Good ball. Decent control by Delgadillo Carrillo. Longa. In space again. He'll decide to go off towards the right, going towards the end line. Cut away. Bouncing around towards Henson. Picks his head up. Skies it forward. Baltazar intercepts. Out on the right wing again. Marco Lopez skies it in off of Longa. Didn't seem like he was expecting that for a while. That too, both of them about 5 to 6 yards away from each other. But nonetheless, more momentum wavering towards FCAZ. Two teams that know each other relatively well. Such was the case with FC Arizona as well. FCAZ, playing host to SC Union Maricopa, lost that matchup 3-1 in extra time. Nonetheless, I hold my thought for Flores' run. He goes down, no foul called. Coronado as well was in the semifinals. They went on the road to Dysart High School to play PSCFC. Lost that game, I believe, on the scoreline of 2-1. The season prior, so close to about, I'd say 11 months ago, they played each other down in Coronado, first round of the UPSL playoffs. That is the Arizona Conference playoffs. A 4-0 victory to Coronado, who was the home side that day. Nunez picks up the ball. Numbers going forward. Henson taps it off towards Mikyanga. Mikyanga takes a chance. It dribbles all the way to goal. Not much to trouble the netminder there. Hurled out. Flores. On the left side. Rittmuller. Pipped forward. Longa controls again. And that's knocked away. 36 minutes of play. Hosts 1, visitors 0. Trying to give Coronado their first dropped points, let alone a loss of the season. Cleared by Baltazar. Throw in near side for Arbayo. Slight run up. Going to the box. Chested off. Chance off the header. And a good save, but the ref will call the player for the foul. A little push off the defender by John Henson. Audacious attempt. Decent chance nonetheless. Should it have counted would have been, I believe, Coronado's first shot on goal today. Clip to the middle. It's Mikyanga. Out with Vargas. Vargas slides it over towards the center back, Quintero. Quintero over to the left center back, if you will. Joaquin Escalante. We're number 10, and number 10s usually like to play in more of an attacking role through the middle, not a defending role. As Gutierrez boots it forward. Rip Mueller can't control it. Kilahua can't either. Off in the attack, here comes Coronado. Clipped in, rolling around, headed away by Rip Mueller. Kai your side. Surveys his options. Pass back to Delgadillo Carrillo. Kilahua. Kai left-footed right towards Garcia. Mikyanga, oh, nifty move to get away, but can't keep possession. Garcia. Controls. Coronado, if there's anything FC Arizona has done quite well is keep them out of the 18 at times. Momentum could be changing here, though. Mikyanga off the head, cleared away by Baltazar. Miguel Sosa's at times been quiet. Not the case for Aaron Longa, who's on the attack here. 25 out. Left off. Rolling to the middle. Perez lost his footing. Push from behind. No foul. Ref telling the players to play on. Nunez continuing his run. Roughly 30 yards out or so. Continues, and Kilahua stops the funny business. McCoy threads it over towards Longa. Longa in the clear. Play still going on. Longa trying to get around Gutierrez, and he slides it home. The ref never put up the offside flag, and as it is right now in the 40th minute, it's 2-0 FC Arizona. So much for VAR because you don't have that at the UPSL level. Coronado assuming that the offside flag would go up. It never did. Longa with an easy chance. Calm as you like it. 2 to the good at Campo Verde. I think almost everybody here in the stands, here pitch side, thought that it was going to be called, but it never did. And so the hosts find themselves in a peculiar position. 2-0, the most dangerous lead in all of soccer, and you can account the factor of dangerousness, you could say, with the fact that you are playing the best team in the conference today. Delgadillo Carrillo off with Flores. Push from behind. Ref says play on. Mikyanga, Sosa, Henson pipped out towards Nunez. Nunez racing down the far side. Rolling around. That's a good defense again by DeMarc. Marco Perez, too far. So as it sits right now, a 2-0 lead for FC Arizona. Aaron Longa credited with the goal in what seems to be the 40th or 41st minute. late first half, if you will. DeMarc played Alonga, and now the offside flag will go up. Garcia rolling around, played through, picked off by McCoy. Kaya again, right towards his bench. Hard to see the action there with the tents going up. Will be a familiar sight if you either watch or visit FC Arizona over the summer. Temperatures only getting hotter from here. We had a high of around 117 during FC Arizona's last NPSL matchup last year in 2023. A 2-1 loss to Crossfire Red. Pressure coming. Kilahua plays it back to his goalkeeper. Delgadillo Carrillo off to no man's land. '43rd minute. FC Arizona looking to try to get what would be a crucial victory this season. Kind of an interesting start for the Premier side. Last year, a 7-1 victory against Phoenix Rising Youth on the road. A 6-1 victory against Barças. This one sent in, headed away by Kilahua. After those two just strong, overwhelming victories, things kind of went downhill for FC Arizona. A few draws, a few losses. First loss at home, coming against Coronado Athletic. Still get the #1 seed, but you're out in the first round. And that to Angel Reyes went off in the 80th minute. They played a man down for 10 minutes of regulation and the entire 30 minutes of extra time. Deflection out on the end line, so corner kick coming up for Coronado. Long trot over. It'll be Arbayo alongside Varela. Jose Varela also in the starting lineup. Has a right boot. Coronado players settling roughly 10 to 12 yards out from goal. Approaching the side, in right towards the goalkeeper. 45th minute of play. FCAZ back in the attack. Kaya sending it wide open into play. Flores able to get control of it. 2-on-1 for a while. Now numbers tracking back. Flores into some space. Decides to keep it himself. Cutting into the side and cut away by Coronado. That's good defense. Good defense and good retreating as well as play starts to open up. McCoy, Kaya, past the 45 mark here at Campo Verde. Pipped forward over towards Marco Perez. Into the 18 again. Perez looking for a chance and lost control. No indication of stoppage time yet. Don't think the fourth official has a board either, so we'll just be assuming out here. Rick Mueller. McCoy. The two, I wouldn't say they're blonde. I wouldn't say McCoy's blonde, but I'd definitely say Rick Mueller does have somewhat of a blonde look when it comes to his hair. Marco Perez draws the foul. Chance for McCoy to be in the shade as the sun goes down here in Phoenix. The Phoenix area, that is. Kaya. Off with Nunez, who's now on the left flank. Out in with Henson. Batted around. Out far side now. What can Coronado do? Can they get an answer before halftime? Off the turn again. Lowered down by Henson. Picked away by Kilahua. And he'll just boot it forward. Off towards Langa. Langa in a 1-on-3 right now. He'll take it himself. No help right now. Players crashing in. Ref decides to play on. Flores with a chance. And it's a beautiful save by Gutierrez Ortiz. He decided to be on his feet this time, contrary to Langa's goal. And comes up with a big stop. Corner kick for FC Arizona. Flores trots over to the far corner. Coronado unable to penetrate FC Arizona's defense so far. Save for one shot on goal off a set piece, a throw-in in that regards. That was saved. Or actually not even called for a foul. This one whipped in, that one's headed away towards the top of the 18, picked away by Nunes before Marco could do anything with it. Baltazar redirects it, back in, Gutierrez on the run, corrals it. Going off again, into some space, what can Coronado do? Cutting around, left off, it's Mikyanga. And that does it for the first half here from Campo Verde High School. FC Arizona up 2-0 on the best team in the Arizona Conference, Coronado Athletic. A 26-minute goal from Marco Perez broke the deadlock. And then roughly 15 minutes later, Aaron Langa added himself to the score sheet. 2 to the good. Can FC Arizona lead it to 3 points, get a little winning streak going, and maybe, just maybe, send Coronado out of that #1 spot? I'll take a quick break, and I'll be back for more right after this on the FC Arizona YouTube page. Start of the second half here from Campo Verde High School. First half, in terms of scoring, all in favor of FC Arizona as they lead 2-0 against Coronado Athletic. Looking to hand Coronado their first loss of the season. At the very least, give them some drop points on this road trip. Mihirson Hassan back with you. Glad that you could tune in on this Sunday evening as we're back underway in Gilbert, Arizona. Two of the top 3 teams in the Arizona Conference battling it out here with a chance to possibly add to it as time goes on. FC Arizona, the reigning, comes Flores into the box, trampled inside. Ref points to the spot. Not even a minute into this, and we have a penalty. To get to the point immediately. Almost like Cesar Mejia, Alejandro Aguilar, and Mike Duhaney said, let's go. And to the spot goes Marco Perez. 1 goal today in the 26th minute. Approaching the spot again. Here he is. Perez slots it down Broadway. Gutierrez guesses the wrong way. And as the second half starts to open up, FC Arizona sits 3-0 above Coronado. 47th minute of play. A dream 45 minutes if you're FC Arizona's coaching staff. You could also say it's a dream 2 minutes as well. FC Arizona back in the running. Just able to build off momentum overall. Something that did not happen in some spots last year, both at the Premier and Division I level. Oftentimes they would have possession, maybe get some momentum going, and then all of a sudden they'd lose it, or they would be up 1-0 and then equalize and maybe allow a go-ahead as well. Just a full throttle side right now from the hosts. Out on the attacking third, one back by the visitors. Pipped forward, Kilahua trying to communicate with his goalkeeper, trying to keep his foot on the ball, and he does. Kelly Kilahua off towards Derek Rittmuller. Sent forward towards Flores. He was the one that drew the penalty kick and was lined up on the right-hand side too, which was an interesting move. Out with Coronado again. Trying to give some traffic. It's Alan Solis, fresh off checking into this match, if I'm not mistaken. He sends it in. That one's headed away by Sebastian DeMarc. Corner kick given. Roberto Arballo was the one heralding in the box, trying to get some chances unto himself. As I try to reset the score clock. 35 seconds in. That's all it took for Flores to fall down in the box and draw the penalty. This one's sent in, headed up, and through the uprights by Nunez. Powerful header, but just not on target. 3-0, FC Arizona leads against Coronado. This rivalry, if you want to call it a rivalry, you can. I mean, they're in the same conference, so I guess that suffices as a rivalry. It's gone in favor of FC Arizona. The first 4 meetings went in favor of FCAZ. As this one's pipped over the top. Maybe they have a chance to add 4 here. Rolling down into the box. Going around. It's still dribbling. Chance going. Chance made. Christian Nolasco Mahano in the 50th minute tacks it on 4-0. My goodness. This team came out firing in the first 45 minutes. They've matched their score in total in the first 5 minutes of the second half. And it seems like it's one of those days, like how it was in September. Everything just goes right for FCAZ. Kilahua. Throw-in. So, on to my point that was interrupted for a while. The first 4 meetings went in favor of FC Arizona. All of them, FCAZ won by at least 2 goals. 2-0 victory on March 27th in 2022. Another 2022 victory, 6-3 on the road. The first one, the 2-0 one at home. Then in fall of 2022, 2 matchups. A 4-2 victory at home on October 2nd. A 6-2 victory on the road November 12th. Coronado hustling forward. It's Garcia trying to push the pace. And he'll earn a free kick in the process. Might have actually been before Garcia was there. 52nd minute.
Yes, they are.
And Coronado at this point is just trying to get something.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Bye.
It's Nunez alongside Arbayo, who places the ball down. 3-man wall for FC Arizona. Delgadillo Carrillo. That is Emmanuel Delgadillo Carrillo. Aaron Longa. And I believe Marco Perez as well. 3 in the wall, 3 near the ball. 2 step away. It's all in favor of Jared Nunez right now. Goes around, blocked in. Ball still bouncing, and it skips out on the end line. Goal kick. Christian Nolasco Mahano. 2 appearances on the season. Tacks on a goal in the 50th minute. Number 4, getting goal number 4 for FC Arizona. Makianga goes down. He's looking for a foul. He's not going to get it. Stuck out by Garcia wearing the captain's armband. Makianga again. Played around. Out near touchline. Played forward. High forward pass, by the way, by DeMarc. Here comes Nolasco again. Rolling towards the box. Ref says play on. Nolasco Mahano already making an impact. Playing in towards the middle. He's left off here, edge of the box. Trying to get around. He's skipped. And he'll earn a free kick just at the edge of the 18. Another reckless challenge. The foul, the culprit in that will just sit around for a while. Marcos Chavez. A guy not listed as one of the more motoring guys, at least in terms of appearances. Quintero with 2, Vasquez with 2, Chavez with none. Not a good spot you want to give up here on your debut. 5 in the wall for Coronado. Flores with the right. Kaya with the left. It's Flores, and it's in!
Goal, FC Arizona.
Just a beautiful free kick as Flores knots his second goal of the year. Shrimp on the Barbie on a hot day like this? Yes, please. 3 goals in the first 10 minutes of the second half. Just absolutely incredible by FC Arizona. They came into this game with 4 goals scored. They've scored 5 this evening. Coronado resettles. It's Solis. And on that matter, too, you have Perez with the brace, Nolasco Mahano with the goal, Flores with the goal. And again, a guy that's kind of surprisingly, well-deservedly in that regards, getting a goal. So he gets some. A bunch of people get some. And then Aaron Longa also got a goal in what seems to be the 40th minute on my timesheet. Mikyanga trying to open himself up to space. McCoy was tugging him from behind, getting hand on shirt, and he'll land himself in the book. First yellow card of the day for FC Arizona. First yellow card of the day in general. Just a day where Coronado has walked into the East Valley. It's going to be a rough ride back to Sierra Vista after this one. Mikyanga in the box. Guarded for a while by McCoy. Shot taken, turned wide. And a team that, on the other side, Coronado, came in flying high of a 6-2 victory at home against Arizona Arsenal. Their one road trip of the year on April 6th, a 1-0 victory against RSL Southern. They have found themselves a bunch of tortured players out on the pitch. It could get worse. Here's Perez trying to square it. It's behind his player, his man. Still inside the 18, still trying to motor around. And ball goes out for a corner kick. Couple of changes for FC Arizona. Nico White now on the pitch for the first time today. On the touchline right now seems to be another player. We'll see the change right now. Emmanuel Delgadillo Carrillo will be ushered off. Delgadillo Carrillo motoring in the 6. Couldn't get a goal. Ball whipped into the box. Skewed off. Back around. Nunez crashing in. Trying to push the pace the other way. He's running like he just came off the bench right now. Plays it towards the right for Henson. Henson tries to send it back. And it will be tracked out of play. Nunez unable to get it. Nor was the player on the left wing. It did take a deflection, so it will be a corner kick for Coronado. A Coronado side in that regards that finds themselves in a 5-0 deficit. A team that lost 5-3 against FC Arizona last year. As it is right now, this would be the worst goal differential, or at least losing margin, for Coronado in its history against FC Arizona. Ball played through towards Flores. That one's cut away by Vargas. Out again, Victor Vargas. The forward turn right back today, picked up by Marco Perez. He's on a hat trick right now, into the box. Crunching tackle by Mikyanga. Still rolling around. Back to base. And for those wondering, maybe it's time for Jesus Gutierrez Ortiz to head to the bench after manning the pipes for what is now 60 minutes. Coronado does not have another goalkeeper. He's the only guy on Steven Settle's side right now. Unless you want to get a Mike McGee situation. Nolasco chested down, couldn't get full control. Booted high up. Kilahua sends it back. Quiet day so far, at least in the second half for the center backs. Out with Flores. Right-footed. Deflected a couple times. Settled again. Played forward. Henson now playing that number 9 role. Couple of wingers with Nunez on the right. Rick Mueller, the left center back, controls. Tough ball. Good touch by Kilahua. Down the right flank we go. With White. Blazing speed. Still going. Into the 18. Still dancing around. Trying to get around his defender. He shoots. It's saved. Right towards White again. And he steers it near post. Wide right from our angle. Couple changes coming for Coronado Athletic. One of them being James Settle of Ford. He'll place his bib on, I believe, John Henson, so a like-for-like change. John McKyanga will be off for Sebastian Vega Paredes. So also a like-for-like change. Midfielder for midfielder, and on the first one with Henson to the bench and Settle now in the game, Ford for Ford. Quintero, Escalante. Pressure mounting for Coronado. It's taken off by McCoy at the 18 to Flores. In the box. Flores! He's got 2. FCAZ's got 6.
Goal for FC Arizona.
And this game has just gotten out of hand. 6 to the good. And the FC Arizona fans are enjoying this one. Energy riding high, and kind of on that note, we do have a game after this, the NPSL matchup, as FCAZ takes on their club counterparts from Tucson. Down the left flank. Rough touch. Solis, the one challenging via Coronado. Gets the deflection off Baltazar for the corner. Left-footed. Rolling in. Headed away. Kilahua trying to get a second header. Crashed in. Ball still in the box. Chance taken. And it floats wide. A good chance, nonetheless. Just couldn't get the best contact on it via Solis. Jared Solis, one of the goal scorers this year for Coronado. Or sorry, I should say Alan Solis. I'm getting him confused with Jared Nunez. Alan Solis with 2 goals this year. Jared Nunez with 3. Nunez, the man who scored twice against FC Arizona on October 15th. Kind of 2 sneaky, cheeky goals from Nunez. First goal, basically just picking the ball up in the box. The end product of pressure, just sliding it home near post. That was in the 15th minute. Roughly 40 minutes later, with the game tied at 1, he chipped what I believe was Zach Thomas, FC Arizona's goalkeeper that day. Chipped him from 55 yards out, which, again, would probably go down as the goal of the year in terms of things I called last year here for FC Arizona, but it was just a crazy year in general. A lot of golazos. A lot of golazos last year. A lot of golazos today as well, as Flores will try to give chase to that ball. Seen out by Gutierrez for a goal kick. Still got 25 minutes to go plus stoppage time in this one. So Gutierrez will control. McCoy flicked on. Trying to give it towards Baltazar, who playing a little higher up on the right back position. Kind of a three-back line with DeMarc moved back. Garcia picks his head up, clips it forward, looking for his man. It's Solis. And the flag will go up. Just not Coronado's day in general. But nonetheless, we thank you for tuning in to this FC Arizona doubleheader on FC Arizona's YouTube page, courtesy of Inferno TV. Adam Cunin and Brady Hansen have the second game for you, the NPSL matchup. Yours truly, Mahir Hassan, will be on the sideline. Hoping to get some good quotes. Alejandro Aguilar and Cesar Mejia also coach the Arizona State men's club soccer team. Very vocal guys that like to drive the pace overall. Here's White on the right. Now cutting between the hashes. Played out towards Marco Lopez. Lopez controlling. Played in low. A good chance. Cheeky poke, but just steered wide. And FC Arizona, they're going for not exactly the kill shot, but just trying to rack up the charges at this point. Dribbled out with Kilahua. Rittmuller, DeMarc. Those two at the private game, and they give it back to Coronado. Vargas. Ivan Garcia. Poked around. Ricocheting near the midfield. One back by Coronado. Back with Nunez on the right. In the evening sunshine. Up against DeMarc. Left off. Bounced out to the corner. It will be a throw-in. Immediately taken. Bouncing around. Going off the turn. Denied by Kilahua. Rolling around again. Solis. Baltazar. Just bashing his way to try to control it. FCAZ. 2 wins, 1 losses into this matchup. Looking for its first clean sheet of the season. Back with Rittmuller. And near side again for Flores. Playing on the left. On Kaya taken off a little while ago for Nico White. That was one change made. You also have another with Aaron Longa off. Replaced by Christian Nolasco Mahano. That happened towards the commencement of the second half. Because we saw Mahano bag his first goal of the season in that regard. First goal of the season. Just about 5 minutes into the second half. Left off in space. Garcia again. Picked up by Rittmuller. Wonky bounce. Turf field here at Campo Verde. Contrary to some grass fields. White the other way. 3-on-3 for FCAZ. White trying to cut inside. McCoy behind him. Lopez was going for the screamer. It's Flores. Left off, bouncing around. Back with the visitors. Sun starting to set. Most of the pitch covered by shade. As the fans, the east-facing fans, get ready for the sun to set behind them. Beautiful setting here at Campo Verde. You obviously don't see it on the cameras, but there is a nice field behind here. Often looks well when the sun is setting. Usually around this time of day here in the Phoenix area. Always a pleasant sight to see, especially when I'm up there running camera or doing whatever. Just a beautiful sight in a beautiful state. Tracking back, Kilahua plays it towards White. Going down the right flank, up against Chavez. Trying to get past Chavez in the 18. White squares it behind. It's Lopez. It rolls around. Somehow that had a chance on close to goal in that regards. But it just skewers wide. 72nd minute of play. FC Arizona up 6-0. And changes will continue to keep on coming. Christian Palmer ready to check in. Jorge Perez ready to check in. Alexander Martinez also coming. And while that happens, before we see the changes in that regards, a little bit of a hydration break. 72nd minute of play, as it did in the first half. Play will continue on. That is, the play clock will continue to run. And all of a sudden, things look a little bit in favor of FCAZ. John Kinney and I were on the call for the game on October 15th, 2023, and again, it started promising for FC Arizona, up 1-0, before eventually collapsing and leaving the pitch with 0 points. And I remember John and I had a halftime segment. We usually don't do halftime segments here on Inferno TV, but we did that one day. Orange County SC in the USL Championship. They would be hosting the UPSL final. The Final Four, actually, in that regards. And we talked about it, and this was an FC Arizona team that, again, disregarding everything that happened in other conferences throughout the nation, this was the best team in the state of Arizona in terms of this league by a mile. And at that point, many of the fans, myself included, was already thinking, can this team go all the way? It was almost a given, to some extent, a given that this team was going to make the national tournament. And then things started crumbling with the Coronado loss. And to be honest, in my honest opinion, the Coronado loss was probably the first big domino to fall in that category. And when John and I and many other members of Inferno TV talk about this past season, we always talk about that one game. We talk about just the overall collapse that happened. And it was kind of a telltale sign of what we were making of that club, of what we were making of this club. Safe to say, as we return here, just about a day shy of 6 months, half a year after that encounter, FC Arizona has found its stride against the team they fell to on the same field just a little while ago. Near side again for Coronado. Bouncing around, unable to settle the ball. Palmer, he checks in at right center back now. So Kilahua is now the right center back. So a little bit of an experiment from the FCAZ coaches, going with a 3-back line. McCoy will continue to play the holding midfielder role. DeMarc will play left back, and they're actually going to push Kilahua as the right back now. He runs to get it as the ball trickles out on the touchline. 75th minute of play. Now past 75 minutes. This game is pretty much all said and done. Barring 2 goals by Coronado, this will go down as the biggest victory in these two's matchups against each other, which is stretching 8 games. 8 games against each other. The first game taking place on March 27th, 2022. Something seems to be working right for FC Arizona. Solis charging, Kilahua backtracking. Kilahua will give the ball right back. Bouncing around to the middle. Back with FCAZ. Back with Nolasco Mahano. Calls to just settle the ball right now, as Steven Settle, Coronado's head coach, watches on. Garcia. Another ambient boot into the evening sky. And a free kick called. Solis to take. 45 out, and now he'll leave it off towards Jose Varela. Both teams with interesting makeups in terms of their roster. Coronado listed with 6 defenders on the official UPSL website. Marcos Chavez not listed on there. Could be added as your 7th, ideally. Jesus Gutierrez Ortiz, your sole goalkeeper. Midfielders for Coronado. Going with, I believe, 14 midfielders and 10 forwards. A very attack-minded group. As the ball sent in, very close to getting a chance. Last touch by Nunez as he ran out of real estate. Goal kick. So that's Coronado's makeup. FC Arizona's makeup on the other side. 3 goalkeepers, 2 of which were in the starting 17 today. And then 9 defenders. 9 defenders, 8 midfielders, 12 forwards. 12 forwards in which 6 of them were listed in this either starting rotation or on the bench today. Pipped around. Back to base for Ritt Mueller. Here's Marco Perez trying to play it through. Gets a nice touch on the ball. And eventually skewed away. Ritt Mueller pressured by Solis. 1 back. 80th minute of play. Coronado just trying to get out of this as Settle back to goal will earn a free kick. Again, we thank you for tuning in on this Sunday evening. We got the NPSL game right after. Appreciation to everybody who has tuned in today or has continued to tune in for this one. Adam Cunin, Brady Hanson, the call for the next one. Free kick taken from a long spot, about 35 out. Bounced off an FCAZ head, another corner kick coming for Coronado. The party's just getting started here at Campo Verde as the sun goes down. Getting a lot of interesting folks. Kind of like a good old party, if you will. Sometimes you say the party starts at 6. Most of the folks show up at 7. There's always that one guy that shows up at 6. May not be your best friend, but he or she is definitely that person that you always like for some reason. You always respect. You guys are like that right now. It's also the case with our crew as well. We got 4 guys showing up to cover the NPSL game alongside Brady and I. Brady working camera right now, and yours truly on the mic. Gutierrez picked up, picked around. All the way back to goal. Scooped up. Pink top, black pants. I'd say a neon green bib from the goalkeeper as he takes his touches. Rolling around for Palmer. Picked off again for Solis in the box. Solis' chance pushed away by the goalkeeper. He wants his clean sheet, that's for sure. Throw in. Rolling around, offside, called. FC Arizona, after this game, waits 7 days for their next opponent, embarking on a 2-game road trip, first against SC Union Maricopa, and then RSL Southern Arizona. Out ends Alexander Martinez, clipping it around for White. White rolling around. Double teamed, trying to get through, can't split the defense. Still going, it's Perez! And it's skewed wide. SC Union Maricopa game, 6:05 p.m. Arizona time on April 28th. RSL Southern AZ, 7 p.m. at May the 4th. Next home game for the UPSL side for FC Arizona will be against Arizona Arsenal SC at 5 p.m. May 11th. Another doubleheader like we're seeing tonight. UPSL at 5, NPSL at 8. A bit different from the doubleheaders we saw last year. We saw a couple during UPSL season with Division 1 and Premier. Division 1 starting at 4 p.m., Premier starting at 7 p.m. 2-on-1 right now. White tracking in behind, push from behind. White trying to stay in play, goes down. No foul called. Goal kick, mercy goes towards Coronado. They're down by 6 right now. Trying to figure out, you would figure this has to be one of the worst losses for them in their history. Foul called, free kick around midfield. It will be Garcia to take. Roughly around 4 players near the edge of the 18. Garcia goes short. Victor Vargas, near side. Nunez can't get a touch. Kilahua gets possession. Crosses the midline. Towards White again. He's going forward. He keeps the play. Plays it through. It's Nolasco Mahano. And it's blocked. Right towards the player for FC Arizona. Can't steer it in. Couldn't recall the number from here. Nunez, other side. Trying to get past. I believe that indeed was Christian Palmer. The starting right center back from the Division 1 side last year. picked up by DeMarc. 1-2. Might as well get the fullback some action here. White again. He might be trying to get something as well. Martinez, first time, headed down. '86th minute of play. Clock dwindles, daylight dwindles. We are getting close towards the summer solstice, though, so sunset will improve over time. Coronado Athletic last year with a 5-0 loss to Barca Residency Academy to start off the fall 2023 season at CYR Westfield. That was their worst loss of the season last year. Actually had a 5-0 win against Phoenix Rising Youth on the road. The same place where FC Arizona beat the same team 7-1. Garcia with the throw. Off near side. It's Settle. Nifty turn away. McCoy played out to White again. White, green grass ahead of him. Numbers rolling forward. White in the 18 now. Rolling around to the end line. White shot punched away by Gutierrez. So Coronado Athletic, while we're on the topic of their travesties, we'll say, they had a 5-0 loss to Barca Residency Academy to start off the fall 2023 season. They lost to Barca Residency Academy on the road 5-0 to end out the spring 2023 regular season. Again, that loss to Barca was the worst they suffered in spring of 2023. The farthest I saw back in terms of Coronado Athletic records was back to spring of 2022. So already halfway through to where we sit now, and it's already looking grim. Offside flag goes up against Nolasco Mahano. Looking for his second of the day. Punched it in the 50th minute to give FC Arizona a 4-0 lead. Rick Mueller back to the base. Ball skips up, skips high. Trickled out. Kilahua's got it. So, Coronado, as I look through some of the records, it's Nolasco Mahano. I'll hold my point for now. He and White have been patrolling the attack for the past few for a while. White trying to call handball on a Coronado player. He won't get it. Throwing FCAZ, 89th minute of play. Throw and taken. Nolasco Mahano. White again. Ford on the attack. Lifted out. It's Solis. Controlled. Played forward. And scooped up again. It's DeMarc. Or rather, it's Rittmuller, I should say. Rittmuller to Martinez. Poked away by Victor Vargas. Throw in FCAZ as we approach the 90th minute of play. So this won't go down as the worst loss in Coronado history. They lost 10-1 to Olympians FC. Former giant in the Arizona Conference before backing out before the fall 2023 season, which caused FC Arizona to get full advantage. And while they were the underdog today, they show the advantage on full display tonight. Final score from Campo Verde High School, FC Arizona 6, Coronado Athletic zip. A harrowing trip, I should say. Down the I-10, back to Sierra Vista for the visitors. For FC Arizona, they're now settled at 9 points, kind of challenging Coronado atop the table. After a result like this, FCAZ currently with a +9 goal differential. Coronado on the other side with a 0 goal differential. So in terms of the actual table, FC Arizona not just only gets the head-to-head nod, but also gets the goal differential nod, which is more pertinent in soccer. Roughly about an hour break, and then we'll be back for the NPSL game right here on FC Arizona's YouTube page, courtesy of Inferno TV. Adam Cunin, Brady Hansen, and myself on the call for that one. But for now, I'm Ahirson Hassan. Thanks for tuning in to UPSL Soccer on the FC Arizona YouTube page. So long, stay safe, and hopefully I'll